In this video, we will discuss about the concept of potential energy. What is potential energy? The energy stored or held by an object due to its position or configuration relative to other objects is called potential energy. For example, a stretched bowstring possesses potential energy. When left to itself, the string left to itself, the body releases the stored energy in the form of kinetic energy. When the string is released, the arrow flies up at a great speed. It is due to the stored potential energy. Similarly, another example of potential energy is compressed spring. Compressed spring possesses potential energy, and when the spring is released, it converted the potential energy is converted into kinetic energy. Another example of potential energy is earthquake. What is the region of earthquake? The Earth's crust is not uniform. The Earth's crust has discontinuities and dislocations, what we call fault lines. These fault lines act as compressed springs. They possess a large amount of potential energy. So when the fault lines readjust, it releases energy, what we call earthquake. The next example of potential energy is the gravitational potential energy. Suppose you have a ball of mass m. This is a ball of mass m, and the gravitational force on the ball of mass m is equal to mg, and it is downward in this direction. So let us raise the ball up to a height h. Suppose you raise the ball up to this height. This height is equal to h. So we have to do some work done by the external agency against the gravitational force will be equal to W, that is equal to F dot S or Fs cos theta. So here theta will be equal to 0 degree because of it is the work done by it is 0 degree because it is the work done by the external agency. If you calculate the work done by the gravitational force, then it will be equal to 180 degree because gravitational force in this direction and displacement in this direction, opposite direction, so this angle will be equal to 180 degree. But if you calculate the work done by external agency, then it is against the gravitational force, so it will be equal to Fd cos 0. It is cos 0 degree, so it will be equal to here F is equal to mg because we have to give a force F which is equal to mg, just equal and opposite to the gravitational force mg. So F is equal to mg and d equal to h, and cos 0 is equal to 1, so it will be equal to plus mgh. So the work done by the external agency will be equal to mgh, but the work done by the gravitational force will be equal to minus mgh because here if the work will be calculated by the gravitational force, then F will be equal to minus mg. Okay, so work done by the gravitational force will be equal to minus mgh, and work done by the external agency is equal to plus mgh. So this work gets stored as potential energy, and we call it gravitational potential energy. So gravitational potential energy is represented by the symbol Vh, that is potential energy as a function of height h, where V is a function of height h. So remember, gravitational potential energy Vh is negative of the work done by the gravitational force in raising the object to that height. So if you calculate the gravitational potential energy from the gravitational force, then it will be negative of the work done by gravitational force, because if you calculate the work done by the gravitational force, it will be equal to negative. So negative of the work done by gravitational force, it will be equal to mgh. So the work done, so the potential energy is gravitational potential energy will be equal to Vh, that will be equal to plus mgh. Why gravitational force we take here negative? Because by convention we take the positive y direction. This direction is positive y direction and this direction is negative y direction, and g is negative because it is downward, and that is why the gravitational force we generally take negative, attractive, and it is negative. So from these examples, we get the idea of potential energy or the notion of potential energy. What is potential energy? There are some classes of forces, just we have discussed, like your gravitational force and spring force, etc. So there are some classes of forces in which if we do work against the force, energy gets stored up called potential energy, and when the external constraints are removed, the body release energy in the form of kinetic energy. Now let us discuss how the kinetic energy is released in free fall. Suppose this is free fall of a body that is falling under gravity. We have raised the body to a height h by storing potential energy, and we release the body from this height h. So when the ball is allowed to fall from height h, its speed increases, and at the point just before reaching the ground, suppose the speed is v, speed of the ball just before it hits the ground, and speed here v here is maximum, just before reaching the ground v is maximum, then the gravitational potential energy will be released in the form of kinetic energy. And from equation, the equation we may write half mv square is equal to mgh. So v square is equal to 2gh, or v equal to square root of 2gh. So the ball will hit the ground with speed v, which is equal to square root of 2gh. Similarly, we can also calculate the release of kinetic energy when a ball is allowed to fall in a smooth or frictionless inclined plane, just like this. Consider an object of mass m released from rest from the top of a smooth or frictionless inclined plane. Suppose this inclined plane makes an angle theta with the horizontal plane, and the height of the inclined plane, this height equal to h. Since gravitational potential energy will be released in the form of kinetic energy, as we have discussed, so half mv square is equal to mgh, so v will be equal to square root of 2gh. So speed at the bottom speed at here will be equal to square root of 2gh, irrespective of the angle of inclination theta. This speed does not depend upon the angle of inclination theta. Now let us discuss what is conservative force. It is very important in physics. What is conservative force? Informally, a conservative force may be thought of as a force that conserves mechanical energy. If a force conserves mechanical energy, we say it is a conservative force, but it is not the formal definition of conservative force. But if you think like this, it will be more easier to know about conservative force. So conservative force means basically the mechanical energy is conserved. What are the examples of conservative force? Gravitational force, spring force, magnetic force, electric force. These are all conservative force, because the mechanical energy in these forces basically remain constant or conserved. You have to remember 2 points in conservative force. Number 1, work done by conservative force such as gravitational force depends upon the initial and final positions only. You have to remember this point, that work done by conservative force depends upon the end points, that is initial point and final point. That is, work done by conservative force is independent of path. In which path you may do the work, it is independent of the path. and it depends upon the end points, that is initial point and the final point. Because mechanical energy is conserved, as we have discussed, there is no loss of energy during a complete cycle, and the change in potential energy for a conservative force is equal to the negative of the work done by the conservative force. You have to also remember this point, that the change in potential energy delta V for a conservative force is equal to negative of the work done, that is minus of delta W, or you may say Fx dx. Fx dx is the work done by the conservative force. So change in potential energy delta V is equal to minus Fx into dx. Why? Because gravitational force, we know it is negative. Gravitational force is negative, and this change in potential energy is the work done by the external agency. As you have discussed, the change in potential energy is the work done by the external agency against the gravitational force. So delta V is the change in work done by the external agency, and since Fx, that is the gravitational force, is negative, so the change in potential energy is equal to negative of the work done by the conservative force. So what is a non-conservative force? Informally, a non-conservative force may be thought of as a force that does not conserve mechanical energy. For example, frictional force. In frictional force, the mechanical energy is not conserved because the energy is lost in the form of heat, sound, etc. So we may say, if the mechanical energy is not conserved, it is a non-conservative force, and if the mechanical energy is conserved, it is a conservative force. And remember, the SI unit of potential energy is joule, and the dimension of potential energy is equal to the dimension of kinetic energy is equal to the dimension of work, that is m1 L2 T to the minus 2. So in this video we discussed about the concept of potential energy, and in the next video we will discuss about the conservation of mechanical energy. Thank you.